Meeting will come back to order. Okay, where were we? We are working on our one and only ordinance for the night, 2021-01, creation of a planning commission. All right, we've discussed the structure of the planning commission. Sounds like it will be 5 appointed by each district plus 2 voted in as large. All 7 will be voting members, and a quorum is 4, no alternates. Hopefully with 7 being a larger number, we at least get 4 to each meeting. Any other discussion on this document?
So on section 2, and I just want your thoughts on if this is written right.
Probably not.
Oh yeah, you wrote this, didn't you?
No, I did not read. No, I wrote sections of it.
Oh, okay. I didn't mean to be insulting here.
It's okay. It probably was me.
The district members are appointed by their respective council members, and the at-large members are appointed by the chair with the advice and consent of the council. But so am I reading this wrong, or that seems to me like
that is one way to say that it's a popular vote. They're appointed by the chair, but the chair can't do anything without the popular vote of the
okay,
council.
so, but it seems like it makes it the responsibility of the chair or the
To
privilege of the
appoint
chair
them.
to find those 2 alternates. I wonder if those 2 alternates couldn't be
I hear what you're saying, and let's not call them alternates. Let's call
the
it
2 at large. Yeah, sorry.
So make your motion for an amendment there.
I wasn't prepared to make an amendment.
Oh, okay. Well, let's have some discussion on that, because I agree with that. Let's, these 2 should not be, the 5 should be appointed. I believe the other 2 should be applicants. Would you agree?
Oh, that's probably a good idea.
Or do you have another idea?
No, I don't. But how do we find those at large ones is the discussion. So
They'll put in.
We advertise for it.
yeah,
All right,
yeah, that sounds good to me.
Right Page
here.
1 at the end.
Yeah,
Okay. At-large members are appointed by the chair. Okay. All right, at-large members are appointed.
Selected by the council.
Well, we have to put something in there. They
Yeah,
need
how do
to
you-
apply for this position.
Well, they all have to apply.
We could have them.
Here we
Say that
go.
again.
Nominated by a council
Could
No,
be-
we want them to volunteer. So
Let's say, and the at-large members apply for the position and are appointed by the chair. That's all we have to add.
The
and with
process.
the advice and consent of the.
Yep.
All right.
All right, so after at-large members, and the at-large members will apply for position and are appointed by the chair with the advice and consent of the council, except for the initial terms as provided below. Terms shall be for you, blah, blah, blah.
District are gonna have to apply.
Okay, any more discussion on that?
I have something on section 6.
Okay, and anything else for this section we're in, section 2? Okay, is there anything that we want to cover before we get to section 6? Term limitation. Everyone can serve forever if they keep getting appointed. Everyone must be a voting, a qualified elector and citizen of Erda. Members shall not receive compensation or reimbursement of any expenses unless this policy is modified by the council. Okay, section 6.
So I'm just curious, there's the sentence that says the absence from 5 consecutive meetings constitutes a resignation. Is that standard, Craig? Is that?
It's absence of 4 consecutive planning meetings.
What did I
and
say?
That was that again, that was my idea. So I'll take full responsibility for as good as, or as bad as it is.
Is that standard? I could see somebody missing 4 and not wanting to be.
I did.
4
have them
consecutive meetings is
2 months.
2 months. And we're Americans. We don't take European holidays.
Well, yeah.
If you're not going to do your job, I don't want you on the planning.
But what if
commission.
there's a reason that they can't make it?
Uh,
So could this be labeled so that they're not automatically disqualified, but
Could be removed.
for?
Let's, they're automatically removed unless
Deemed otherwise by council.
deemed otherwise by the council.
Hey, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, the absence from 4 consecutive planning meetings constitutes resignation unless otherwise deemed by the council.
The city council, not the planning.
Thank you. Unless otherwise deemed by the city council. Anybody have any problems with those changes? Unanimous. Okay, what's next? I see more red ink on your paper there.
I don't have a comment until section 10.
Okay, section 7 talks about creating a chair and a vice chair. Section 8, quorum is 4 members. Procedure, they've got to have permission from us before starting. Okay, section 10.
So right on the very first, we're charging them with developing a general plan and amendments to it also.
They are making a recommendation to the council for a general plan. They are not creating our general plan for us. They're going to recommend a general
This is the way
plan.
of planning and zoning works. They are a recommending body for the most part.
Right.
They recommend to us, and then we, on all rezoning ordinances, stuff like that, they recommend to us, and then we make a final vote on it. They do things that they do not recommend to us. Conditional use permits will go through them and not come to us, but any land use, any ordinance like that, they are a recommending body.
So is there a way we can phrase this so that there's more involvement in this general plan development than just our planning commission?
We've got our planning committee.
Yeah.
The zoning.
And the planning commission should work with the public and take public input on this.
So if it's written the way it is, can we give them instructions that this general plan needs to be drawn up with, with the input from the citizens, as well as from the city council?
That
I'm
goes back to the
concerned, I'm
previous
concerned
sections.
I'm concerned that there may be a plan drawn up and they bring it to us and we keep sending it back saying, no, we don't want this plan. We want something a little bit different over here. And then they have to go change that. And then they come back to us and say, how about this? And we say, well, no, that's not what we had in mind.
See, we got
It's,
Craig and Jess on the land use zoning, so they'll be part of that.
So
it's,
my question is this written?
I don't see any reason why the planning, zoning and planning commission or any city council member could attend a planning and zoning meeting and recommend the changes that you're talking about.
this is
And I'm not
largely-
talking about just the regular planning and zoning. I'm talking about developing the general plan, which is something that we're going to follow for years.
Are you concerned that the city council does not have the authorization to modify the general plan without the planning bringing it to us first?
Well, no, I'm not
Okay.
concerned about that. I'm concerned about the public not being involved enough.
I see.
We've got 7 members that we hope are really, really good. But to develop the general plan,
How about we add that the plan should be organized and developed after public comment? We put that somewhere within it.
Everything they do has to
The
have.
section,
public input.
section number 1 is all about a cross-section of the community. It's all about the representing the people of the community.
This is state statute verbatim. It's cut and pasted. That's what the state statute says a planning and zoning commission is. It does. They have to take public input on everything they do. And then when it comes to us, we have to take public input on it also. I can tell you it's rare that anything gets kicked back to the planning and zoning. It's not uncommon for it to get changed dramatically from what planning and zoning sends.
so maybe I'm going too far into this. Tooele County never had a general plan until 1980. No, sorry. 1990. It was 1990. And they organized a committee, a separate committee, not the planning commission. It was an entirely separate committee. And there was about a dozen people on it that took 2 years and figured out how to lay out the county general plan. And then it was adopted. My understanding was by the planning commission and then by the city or by the county commissioners. I don't know. Do we not want that much involvement in this city general plan? Would that maybe slow it down and hold it up?
It would definitely slow it down, but we could direct the planning commission, because I think there's language in here that we can direct them on these things.
Okay.
So what if we directed the planning commission forming a committee to organize from the public a general plan?
Well, I'm good with that. If you think we have the ability to give them some direction before they do it, then I'm okay with the way it's written.
Okay.
That was a lot to do about nothing, wasn't it?
Red gone?
I wish I had something to say about that.
I'm out of
but I
red.
don't. Sounds
I'm
good
out
to
of
me.
red.
You're out of red.
I'm out of red.
Holy cow. Anybody else got any red marks? Section 11 is pretty boring. Commission shall establish their own meeting schedule. Any other discussion on this? Okay, I'm going to quickly go over the amendments that we have. Starting on page 1, section 2. Commission shall be comprised of 7 members, 1 from each district and 2 additional members at large. The district members are appointed by their respective council members, and the at-large members insert. We will apply for the position. That doesn't sound right. The at-large members will apply for the position, comma, and are appointed by the chair with the advice and consent of the council. Meaning, basically means the 2 at-large members are popular vote amongst the 5 council members.
Okay.
I'll leave this open to you guys for discussion. Do we want to adapt these one at a time, or do we want to read through these and adopt them all at once?
It's an all at once
I think you
resolution
do them all at
Okay.
once.
with amendments.
Well, we can discard one amendment, but all right. The next, I'm sorry, that was section 2 on page 1. I forgot the first change, which was proposed by Craig Smith. Whereas Utah Code Section 10-2A-218 provides that upon canvass of the final election, city officers and until the future city becomes legally incorporated, the officers, so we're inserting an R, the officers of the future city may perform certain functions, ... All right, next page over on section 6. Vacancies must be filled by the city council within 30 days of resignation or removal of the member for the unexpired term of such member. The absence from 4 consecutive planning meetings constitutes a resignation unless otherwise deemed by the city council. And I assume the way this will work is the zoning and planning committee reports to us that somebody hasn't made 3 meetings, and they contact us and we contact them, find out what the story is. If we just can't get a hold of them, probably drop them per the statute here. Any vacancy occurring on the commission by reason of expiration of term shall be promptly filled by the chair with the advice and consent of the council, which again means popular vote. And then we are going to add, if a district member okay. So if this is a district zoning and planning member, they are going to be appointed by the council member in their district again, as opposed to voting at large. So someone's term if there's a vacancy occurring on the commission by reason of expiration of term, shall be promptly filled by the chair with the advice and consent of the council if a district member must be appointed by district council member. And then we didn't have any changes in 10, 7, 8, 9, or 10, or 11. So motion before the floor is to adopt the ordinance 2021-01, creation of a planning commission with the amendments that I just read and as they are read. All in favor, please say aye.
You need a second
Aye.
first.
Oh, do I have a second to adopt
Second.
this? Thank you. All in favor, please.
You'll need to do a roll call vote on this one.
Okay. We're gonna do a vote by raising of hands. All in favor, please.
You have to do a roll call vote. You have to ask each one of us. I'm going to vote against it.
Okay,
So I guess we can start here. And the reason I'm voting against it isn't because I think it's important. It needs to be done now because I feel it does. It's maybe just a protest that I still think would be better with a 5-member commission with 2 alternates.
okay.
I see.
I wrote a lot of that wordage and so I'm for it. But I give a lot of heed to what Councilman Smith says, so.
Go to Cal and then you, then him, and then you.
All right, so we've got a no vote from Craig. Kale, yay or nay?
Yay.
Okay, we've got a yay. Councilman Byrd votes yay.
I'm a yay.
And Terry, okay. We've got 4 yay votes, motion carries. All right, we're now on to public comment. I think I'd like,
You what? Oh, do you need to pass that down?
yes, sorry. Changes are now going to the recorder. Could I get maybe a show of hands or let's do a show of hands of everyone who wants to speak tonight? Got 4, 5.
So a couple of minutes.
Time limit of 5
Does
minutes.
anybody need more than 2 minutes? Oh,
Let's
Give
do
you
a
2 minutes
a
and 15.
time limit of 3 minutes and try to keep it on topic of what we've been discussing tonight. And not
Okay,
verge
time limit of
on that.
3 minutes. Please keep it on topic. And please sign your name. We have got a sign up sheet somewhere. Please sign or please write your name so we know who's speaking.
Also, your name and where you're from for the recording, please.
I'm not sure.
Name and where you're for the recording, and we'll invite Ace Disposal first.
We're both with Ace Disposal.
Could you guys go talk on the microphone, please?
I'm Dawn with Ace Disposal. And this is Zachary with Ace Disposal. I've been talking trash for 20 years. I've actually know Scott. And that I've done business with him for a long time. Remember going down his lane to your house or your relative's house along the railroad track there. That's when I first started talking trash, was out there. And Zach's been out here 7 years with us. And I did bring a little tape and everything that I would like you guys to see, because I think a lot of people just think, you know, it's just trash, it's just garbage, but we're a family-owned business, and they've been in business for 40 years, and I really love working for this company, and I love representing Ace Disposal, and we'd love to have the opportunity to pick up your guys' trash.
Brittany,
And
I think you're muted over there.
I'm not gonna play the video.
okay, you can play
Okay,
it.
great.
So, and just for the record, I'm not gonna be able to share this online at this time, so we won't see this.
Okay, nobody on Zoom will be able to see the video. Sorry about that.
Back then, this was the city. These were the neighbors. Back then, an entrepreneurial pursuit began. Today, this is our community, and these are our friends. No longer are we just taking out the trash. Now, we share a connection in caring for our customers, our employees, and our environment. Early to rise and ready to serve. We are Ace Recycling and Disposal, the largest independent waste hauler in the Western United States. Since those early days, one thing hasn't changed. Ace remains family-owned. Ace has a long line of dedicated employees who care about the air we breathe. Lifers that have seen Ace grow, one grade higher after another. Leaders that are committed to renewable energy and adopt innovative solutions, like our geothermal heating and cooling system. Drivers, willing to get out there and go that extra mile for our customers. Using onboard safety systems that give them the eyes to see what really matters. And tracking technology that keeps them on schedule, hauling over 2,300 tons of waste and recyclable material every single day. And customer service representatives delivering live, in-person solutions to customer needs.
Ace Recycling and Disposal, this is Monica. How can I help you? All right, we'll get a truck back out there for you today.
At Ace, we see what you see. We love what you love. We are neighbors. We are fans. We get local because we are local. We live here too. We are homegrown. We're making investments that stay in our community and work hard to create a vibrant culture and safe practices for our employees. Care connects us. When we care for our customers and when we care for our employees, then it's only natural that we take care of this beautiful land we all call home.
You guys are about out of time, and I'll give you just a minute to close up.
Well, we'd love to help you guys decide your plans, what you guys want to do with your trash, recycling, or if you guys want to do bulk cleanup. We've been doing this a long time, and we'd love to help with whatever you guys want to put out there for the proposals for, you know, your proposals for the trash hauling and everything and that, but we'd really like to be part of it. We really enjoy, you know, servicing Grantsville and Tooele. We actually service 14 cities in the Wasatch Front
Okay?
and everything. So, but thank you for your time.
Yeah,
So,
Appreciate it.
thank you for
Can I
coming
ask
to
a
our
question?
meeting.
Do you also do individual pickup along the street? Because I only deal with dumpsters.
Yes,
You-
we do automated. Yeah,
Okay.
just like we had in the
Can you
movie.
get us, whoever's in that committee, can you get them a,
We'll be asking
Price.
for a proposal.
yeah?
Yes,
We can meet at any time.
yeah, anytime, just
Okay.
Kel has my information and everything that, so yeah, reach out. We'd love to sit down, help you guys out with your planning for you guys to put it out to bid. So,
Could you comment on how quickly you could ramp up and service in Erda, city the size of Erda?
That's why we really need to know the count of the residents out here, and that's why I would love to have a meeting with you guys as
Okay.
soon as possible.
All right.
For then we can work it all out with our
Sooner
operations.
we can meet with you guys, the sooner we can come up with a timetable, how
And a
quickly
plan
we can
for you
service
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. I really appreciate you guys' time.
I'd say yes. How many hands do we have? Absolutely. Yes. Who's next?
Gerald DeGraw, but I'll make this quick. I want to give my 2 minutes to Ace Disposal. They deserve it. In consideration, Mr. Chairman, of your conundrum between mayor versus chairman, my knowledge is basically limited to federal law, but I do believe if it would make it easier, you could the council can make a motion to where the chairman automatically is the interim mayor. That way, any correspondence with the state or anybody, instead of changing to chairman on every document, forget that. And you wouldn't even have to put interim mayor on your correspondence. You, for all intents and purposes, you would be the mayor and you don't have to mess around with that. And they would accept it. I guarantee they would accept it. But just a suggestion.
I
The
appreciate the
other
suggestion.
quick thing, I'm sorry to go back to the logo thing, but I'm thinking those of us who came out, took our time to come out, we care about Erda and we care about all that you've done with, why can't we, maybe at the next meeting, can't those of us who do show up, why can't we just have a simple raise of hands on A, B, or C, or 1, 2, or 3? And then, of course, the council would make the final decision, but at least you would know how we would feel. And if they don't want, if the rest of the population doesn't want to come to these meetings, heck with it. But we would like a little vote. We could even do it right now. It would take 20 seconds. 1, 2, or 3. And then we get that out of the way. We can move on, get going quickly. Can we do that?
Well, we voted
Yeah.
and we have a logo right now, but I think it's pretty much accepted amongst
Okay.
all of us that it's a
Okay.
temporary logo.
Okay,
And
let
so
me sit down there.
I think that's a great idea
Okay.
for when we go for a more permanent one.
Okay,
Thank you, Mr. DeGraw.
thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, who's next? Thought there were 2 or 3 other hands.
Michael Jensen, Erda resident, also Erda property owner, Erda taxpayer. A couple things. Nice that Ace showed up. However, absolutely, as someone that's a contractor, we need to put these out to bid. Need to get several requests for proposal and narrow that down so we get the best bang for our buck. Like Mr. DeGraw mentioned, I think some input from residents would be great. One suggestion that I would have for you, whoever has streets, snow removal didn't come up actually tonight. Snow removal is going to come
That
along
would be
real
part of the
soon.
roads committee.
So Mark Busico would be an excellent Erda resident to reach out to. He just retired from Tooele City Streets.
Could you spell that for me?
Mark Busico,
Busico. Okay. We're friends apparently.
which might on the city website put out there, hey, who has experience in areas like
We
that?
figure out how to do that, we will.
That can help us out and get some great input. The last item that I would put out there is for the land use ordinance, that I would strongly encourage you to adopt Tooele County land use ordinances as is, and then modify. We've been living under Tooele County land use ordinances since the day I moved into Tooele County, and more specifically Erda for 20 years. They've worked hard. They've put a lot of effort. Seems backwards to go backwards and start from scratch, where we could start with a good land use ordinance that's on the books and then amend it as needed. we can find those things that people will bring up, make suggestions, and would be off and rolling. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Jensen. Yes. All right, who else would like to speak to us tonight?
Mr. Chairman, as a quick point of order, this
Yes.
is public comment. We're not supposed to interact and discuss with the public. We're supposed to
Okay,
just listen to them.
I will zip it.
It doesn't sound right, I know, but we have some leeway.
Because that seems,
This isn't an official meeting anyway, no Robert's rules.
that's always seemed odd to me.
Nah.
I know you don't want to do that. I just think,
And Brittany Lopez from the county is advising against interacting. All right, who's next?
Jeff McNeil from West Erda. A couple of things, if you just, for the sake of the public that's here, make sure your microphones are pulled to your face, especially for my council representative. Mr. Minor, you already speak quiet enough. You're a great, quiet neighbor. It's important that people both online and in the meeting, and more importantly, to the recording. Here's the other entities have been in trouble lately because the recording didn't necessarily pick up what was voted on and intended, and sometimes that causes trouble. So please make sure everybody can hear, especially us old contractors who've been around noisy stuff and can't hear as well as we used to. I appreciate all of you and your willingness to serve. I just want to put my 2 cents in for volunteerism. If you need help on any of those committees, any of those things, that's where you get the best input from the public, not in a 2-minute public comment period, but you've got a lot of work to do, and you've got a lot of experts, or at least a lot of experience right in the city itself that might help with that. Again, I likewise appreciate ACE Disposal coming, but remember, you're governed by state law in purchasing, and then you'll have an opportunity to create your own ordinances on purchasing, and those need to be fair and equitable, and can't just give your cousin the website because your cousin's good at websites, but it has to be put out, and it makes it a long process, and I understand the difficulties of that, and there are emergency purchases that can fit under a different thing, but it makes it a long process, but makes it a very fair process when, and you get the better, as you're spending taxpayer dollars, it's easy to spend those dollars when they don't come out of your own pocket, or when a very small portion comes out of your pocket. And so make sure that you follow those guidelines, get advice. The state auditor is a very great resource. He will send people out and give you great advice on best practices for purchasing, so that you don't get yourself in trouble or cause trouble that wasn't totally unintended. And so I would just advise to do that. But again, you need help on anything, I'm willing as a neighbor to do that. I will be one that will bend your ear often. And the best complaints are solutions rather than just complaints. And we have very many people who will help to provide those solutions if you reach out and ask. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hi, guys. My name's Mike Higgins. I live in Erda on Bryan Road. Just in watching you guys interact, what a professional group. A lot of us have put our trust and faith in your ability to not only bring this city about, but to bring it together. And so one thing that came across my mind, I'm not sure who coined this phrase, but it's people support most what they knowingly help to create. And so, you know, as we talk about zoning, as we talk about a master plan for the city, a logo, a website, all that stuff, I think it would do good to keep that in mind. And it would do a lot of good to bring us all together on some things. So just wanted to say thank you. Scott, Kel, Jess, Craig, Terry, for volunteering and donating all your time to bring this about. So thank you all.
Thank you. Okay, let's take an online.
My name is Melanie Didrikson and I live in Stansbury, and the current boundaries right now split my house in half. And I want to know how that's going to be taken care of.
I don't know. Are we aware of which house this is?
I live on Pier Place.
I wouldn't want you to disclose that in a public meeting. You can if you want to.
Okay, well, the current boundary split my house in half. So
Okay.
I want to know where I'm going to be paying taxes to. And last year I voted for Erda items in the elections. And this year I voted for Stansbury items. So it's really confusing about where I really live.
Melanie, we're aware of that. If you would do me a favor and email me, my email address is jbird, JBIRD @erda.gov. If you could send me your address, we'll make sure that's taken care of when we go.
Okay, I was going to make one more comment about the emails. There's a lot of people that live in Erda that have the same last name. I would suggest you do first name dot last name, because the chances of you having the same last name serving the Erda city with the same initial is going to probably be pretty high. But just an idea.
Thank you.
All right, I'll send that email. Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie.
My name is John Wright. I live in Tula County. And when you guys are talking about developing your planning and zoning committee, your planning and zoning board, if you will, there are entities out there that can help new cities and existing cities to develop proper plans, general plans. And they do very effective jobs, and they can reflect those general plans, what you and or your residents and both would like to have. Simply, they go through all the effort of interviewing people, getting people to come to meetings. Hopefully they will show up, and trying to take that input. And then they can put that together for your planning and zoning members to review, talk about amongst themselves, and then present it to you folks. They're professional at what they're doing in these kind of in regards to this, and they can help significantly in getting that established for yourself, as opposed to kind of blindly going forward thinking that however many members you got, 7 members are going to go out and talk to 800 residents in Erda. That's not quite as easy as it sounds. So it's just a suggestion. I've served on the planning and zoning board at 2 different times, and I have been involved in developing general plans twice, and they take an extensive amount of time, and they're critical to the growth and the development of your city, your county, whatever. So just a thought that you might be interested in.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else online?
Turn on the mic.
There we go. Keith Toon, I ran for city council. I think you guys have done an excellent job. You deserve a high five, round of applause, whatever. You've done an extremely good job, very professional, and I support you. All I can do.
Thank you, Mr. Toon. Anyone else? I almost heard a motion to adjourn. Okay, we've got one more.
Craig Hansey from Erda.
Hi, Craig.
As you're well aware, there was a very close vote to incorporate the city. About 51% voted in favor, maybe 50, a little bit, I'm not sure of that number, but that's a number that's been quoted. So I see that it's essential that as you go forward, you look at all sides and that we don't have any side dominate, that we don't have a 3-2 split, or if the council person can vote, can elect 2 more people, we could have a split that could divide the city. It's essential that when we start looking at planning and zoning ordinances, animal rights, that one side doesn't dominate the other side, or we will have a split. We want to bring people together. We do not want to tear this city apart. Currently, we have chaos in the country for similar reasons. And I just want to stress that it's important that all sides have an input and that reason is used and that no one is overridden. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm Gwen Young. I live in Erda, right off from Erda Way. And I just want to echo the gentleman that, Erda's already had enough divide, and it's up to you 5 to start laying the groundwork to bring some unity and, and really making an effort to appoint a mix. Doesn't matter, if somebody voted against incorporation or not, we're starting today. And I think if we could start really focusing, on where we're at today and where we want to go in the future, would really be a benefit to Erda City, and maybe help build some bridges instead of having all the conflict and distress that seems to be on every single topic. You guys won't accomplish anything if it's always going to be a battle over the little stuff of the past. It's time that we try to find ways amongst the 5 of you first, and you guys are going to set the example. And I really, applaud you guys for stepping up. I've said that all along as your candidacy went, that, you guys are in a tough position, but now you guys are in the leadership position. And, it's my hope as a citizen that you guys represent all of us, not just my district councilman. You guys are all my district councilman or my councilman. And I would hope that you guys would take that charge very seriously. And, and again, the vote to become a city was close. And so it needs to be, you're not going to please everybody. So you guys have a lot of work to do. But you guys are charged with setting the tone for how we start building bridges and making repair. And I just, again, thank you for taking on the responsibility, but there's going to be a lot of expectations that you guys take that leadership seriously. And so thanks again.
Thank you.
Well, just to say, that's our motto, is unity in the community. That's our goal. That's what we want to go for. So, and all 5 of us are on that same goal. So
thank you. Any others? All right, I'm going to take just a moment and say, I echo a lot of the sentiments that I've heard from the public tonight. I would love to be part of bringing Erda closer together and building some of these bridges. There's a great divide in Erda. I hope that we can stand on principle as opposed to emotion and accomplish something great and bring people together. I would love to see that. I would love to see that growth in Erda as a community. Additionally, I would say this, and I'm speaking mostly to my fellow councilmen right now. Everything we do in this council, every ordinance we pass, every dollar we spend has a maybe insignificant or small, but a direct effect on the individual liberties of everyone in this community. Every dollar, everything we vote on. And so as you vote, as you're thinking about things, you're contemplating things, you're working in committees, I hope that you'll think about the minority in the community and who might be injured by said ordinance that might be passed. And with that, I will entertain motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
need to make a motion to close public comment. I'll do that.
Okay, thank you. I would entertain a motion to close public comment.
Second.
Terry Minor has a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed?
Move
Thank
to
you.
adjourn.
We've got a move to adjourn.
Second.
We've got a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Meeting adjourned.